Hey, my name's Daniel. I've been playing drums now for about 10 years, and this is just a little bit about me. When I first started playing, I actually was hearing one of my best friends playing at church, and he really inspired me, just the way he was playing, and it was kind of like one of those things where I was looking up to him in a sense, because I was really young, and they were like the cool teenagers at that time. But yet I was too shy to really say, hey, why don't you teach me to play drums? Because I didn't feel like I was adequate enough. So I listened to a lot of like Casting Crowns, Switchfoot was like my main thing. I listened to a lot of Reliant K, Firefly, I don't know if you ever heard of them. Then, out of the blue, it was just kind of crazy. The guy that I was inspired by originally, he was a drummer at my church, and he overheard that I was starting to learn how to play drums. I guess it was through my cousin or something like that. And he shows up at my house one day. He's like, hey man, heard you were playing drums. And I was like, holy crap, this guy's at my house. Like, he shows up and he's like, hey, I just want to give you a gift. Kind of as a welcoming gift in a sense into the drummer world. And he gave me his 20-year-old Zildjian ZBT ride. It was a 20-inch ride. That thing was so rusty and old looking, but it was the first cymbal that I ever had. I felt so inspired by that moment, and from there on, I just kept pursuing YouTube videos, and I kept looking them over and learning from different artists and things like that. And then I also had a cousin that was starting to play drums as well, and his dad was actually a pastime musician at the time. So he was a lot better off, I would say, than myself at that time. And so I just kept learning and learning and learning, and then eventually my parents inspired me to try out for the youth band at my church, The Refuge. He was like, man, you're a little rough around the edges, but we'll take you, because I was the first teenager at that time to audition for the youth band. I had overheard that they were thinking about putting me on the main worship team for this new campus. And so I was super giddy. I was like, oh my God, I get to be on the main worship team. And again, I learned a lot going from the youth band to the main worship team, because here I wasn't just playing with little kids that barely knew anything. Now I was playing with grown adults that have been playing music for years. A talented musician can always run off his talent, but it's only when a musician practices that he can go from one part in his talent and just go into another supernatural part of his talent and go into something that's way beyond than he would ever think or imagine. And so he gave me this routine where he was like, every time you play a song, or you're scheduled to play a song, play the song through your in-ears and just play along with the song with the music in your ear. But then after that, turn it off and just have your metronome and learn it by memory. And so to me at that point, that was a foreign idea to me at that point. And lo and behold, that's exactly what I needed. It took my drumming from being in level 1 to being in level 5 now. We were in a game here. But yeah, and I can't be more grateful for that, because that's what I've carried with all of my life and has made me gain information and made me gain certain memories and certain fills and things like that, and inspirations that I would never have had in my pocket if it wasn't for that moment. So anyway, pushing forward, was on the main worship team for a long, long time and grew a lot. Got to play with some really cool people. A lot of really well-known artists came through. It was really cool to be a part of. And it's just incredible to look back on like where I was and where I came through, and being on a team that supported me and was there for me even through the hard times, and helping me learn my instrument, right? And just being able to glean from some of these artists that are coming through. It's just like incredible. I would never think I would be in that place in that season of my life.